men are having a very difficult time with women in 2025 and for the longest time, right? About 40% of men in our pre-ancestral past have reproduced compared to the 60% that did not. So, anyways, I'm going to give you guys some reasons why I believe men are struggling. Men just don't see the point in dating women, and men aren't really just looked at as men like in society. Like women just why do women not respect most men? As far as like women go as a class, as a species, right? I don't think men hate women. I don't think men are, and on the other side too, I don't think women hate men. I think both men and women are having an extremely difficult time surviving financially. I think that the state of the economic world that we live in, the monetary system, and the average person's lack of financial education and what to do for a career as a business is creating this dissonance between, okay, I want to date, I want to get to know the opposite sex, but I just don't have the time, I don't have the energy because I have other obligations. I have to take care of my own needs. I have to take care of my family, right? Like, so this whole getting to know each other sort of dynamic between men and women, I think is suffering due to that. But I'm going to talk a little bit about why men particularly don't really see the point and the value in dating women like we did for the longest time, especially nowadays, right? So first and foremost, I just think, again, as it relates to the financial situation, I think most guys are just caught up trying to survive, trying to build their lives, trying to build their careers, trying to be in the best shape they can be. Like, I just think guys are so locked in on their money, the money side of their life, the self-improvement, the education, the career path side of their lives, that getting to know a woman is very aggravating, right? Like, I'll be honest with you, men, and this is not to sound mean, but men derive very little like value that we can use to enhance our lives and make our lives better from talking with women, right? So the average pickup artist says that they close between, out of 10 girls, they can close two, right? Like, they can get the number of two girls, two or three, right? Usually 10 to 20%, depending on the night, depending on how they're feeling, how good their state is, their game is, right? Whatever. So with that being said, if you think of you, right, as a man right now watching this video, you're in school, you're working a job, maybe you're working two jobs, maybe you're living at home, maybe you can't even afford to live in your own place, maybe you're just struggling, maybe you're trying to lose weight, maybe you have family issues going on. Do you think with all of that, right, with all of that chaos in a man's life, having to have the burden of performance on him, again, not trying to sound mean to women, but do you really think that a guy is interested in going out Friday night, Saturday night, and having to deal with a whole bunch of craziness, right? Having to go up to women, having to approach them, having to deal with their standoffness, having to deal with one-word answers, having to deal with them looking away, having to deal with getting rejected, having to deal with them like bribing you to buy them a bottle, right? Like, does this sound like an appealing deal for a guy? Right. So again, I'm not saying that this is completely useless. You shouldn't like go out and speak with women, but I do believe that it's not in the interest of most guys right now in society to go be doing that on a consistent basis, right? And I think guys also in their hindbrain like understand that if I'm living with my parents, if I don't make a lot of money, if I'm kind of in mediocre shape, right? What's the point of me going out to begin with? I still have a lot of work to do. I still have a lot of development to go. I still live at home, right? Like, the likelihood of a girl taking me seriously living at my parents' house is probably slim to none. So, because I know women complain too, like, where are all the real men? Why are guys not interested? Or why are guys checking out, this is the reason, right? We have so much on our plate. And again, I'm not saying that women don't have a lot of things on their plate either, but here's the difference, right? When it comes to having like a lot of things on our plate, men have no choice but to perform. Men have no choice but to go get it out of the mud. Men have no choice but to become financially competent. Men have no choice but to be well esteemed in a career, attain some form of social status, right? Like the burden of a man to do that is so paramount to his state in life, to his success when it comes to just his acquisition of money and resources, but also in his success with reproduction in the opposite sex. So as far as like dating is concerned, right? Like a guy just knows deep down, like, hey, like even if I do go out, I probably don't have the status, I probably don't have the money, I probably don't have the even if I have game, right? Like how good does my game have to be, right? So, and then, sometimes as well, like you go out to clubs, you go out to nightclubs, and if you go in, it's like the ratio is like, sometimes it's even or sometimes it's skewed towards like there's less women than there is men. Like, for example, I've gone to clubs where, and I don't go out often, but I've been to clubs in the past where it's like there's 20 guys and there's like 8 girls. And it's like, bro, I don't want to have to sit there and compete with a girl after she's talked to like 3 dudes before me. You know what I mean? And it's just like, and again, I know that we're brought up to compete for women, but you guys understand that we are actually the prize, right? The high status man, the high earning man, the man who has the security that a woman desires. And again, in this day and age, I think women value fun more than their dopamine and their freedom and their fun and excitement and their novelty more than they do their security. So I'm not saying that a high value man is going to just pull women because he has money and status and whatnot. But I just think that if you're a guy, if you're just a regular guy, like you don't have a social circle, you don't have like friends, you don't have just people that you can, you know what I mean? Like, because again, like a lot of guys like understand too, if you walk into a club and you have another girl with you, right? Like you're going to look a lot more attractive than if you just walked in by yourself, right? So I think guys know that there's a lot of like different pre-selection things that are in women and a lot of things hardwired in women that if you don't have, like, no matter how good your game is or how maybe like even good you look, your chances just suck. It's an uphill battle, right? So it's like, yeah, man, I might be great at having a conversation, or I might be very flirtatious or humorous, right? But the amount of like resistance and friction between all of the other guys she's talked to and maybe the lack of money that I have, or maybe the lack of other women around me that I have, is just a losing battle, right? Like there's so much I think that goes into whether a woman says yes or no. Like if a woman is saying no to you, or if a series of women are saying no to you, right? There's a good likelihood, especially if she's pretty, she just has other options. And that's not to say that they're better than you, right? But a lot of times, right? Like if a woman's getting hit on by hundreds of guys a night, right? Or every weekend she's getting like 10, 20 numbers, right? Like she's trying to minimize, right? Because women are really looking for one guy, right? Now they obviously source just like we source, but a lot of women have it easy to where they can source multiple guys at a time, right? So you, right, like coming up to her, if she already has like weeks and weeks and weeks of guys hitting her up, guys DMing her, guys like texting her, right? She's already gone on a few dates. Like she's already in a dating situation, like a dating life, where she's not really trying to add more to whatever she has going on already. She's trying to like she's trying to source and get rid of whoever is not fit in her eyes, right? So it might not be personal. It might not be like you're not good enough, but some women just have a lot of options and they're looking at it like, okay, like I've already gone on like 5 or 6 dates, right? And like, I already don't like, or I like maybe 2 guys or whatever. So if she's already talking to guys, if she's already slept with a guy a couple times here and there, You asking her out, it's just like, all right, like, okay, you get her number. Maybe she'll even give you your number. But again, I mean, I just don't think it's worth it. Basically, the point I'm trying to communicate is that a lot of guys who go out to nightclubs, a lot of guys who do this sort of like cold approach, night game, stuff like this, like, it's not completely flawed. It's not completely like, oh, you're going to fail most of the time. But I think it's more so like, what's the rate of return? You know what I mean? It's like, bro, like when you go to work, right? You know you're going to get paid X amount of dollars, right? When you go to the gym and you eat a certain amount of calories, you know you're going to put on or lose an X amount of weight. But when I go out to the clubs every weekend, do I really want to get like a 1 out of 10 close? Right? Like that's exhausting. It's exhausting having to go up to different people constantly, right? And remember, women aren't, it's not like you're a salesman, right? And you're going up to people and they're going to give you money for your sale or for whatever product you're delivering to them. You're going up to women and they're not giving you shit for the most part, right? They're not giving you their time, they're not giving you their energy, and they're not giving you the attention, and they're not giving you their sex, right? So as a guy, like, especially in your youth or your mid 20s, late 20s, wherever you are, right? Obviously, the more esteemed and higher status you are and the more attributes you have, the more chances of success. But even still, as a guy, like, I think a lot of us are just looking at it like, dude, like this rate of return is fucking terrible. It's skewed, right? So why am I going to go, especially guys who are really going after it? Why am I going to work 60, 70 hours a week every fucking week to build my status, to get my money up, right? To improve myself, to give myself the best chances I have reproductively with the opposite sex, and then go out twice a week or once a week and get fucking rejected 20 times. Do you think the average guy is looking at that like, yeah, that's a good deal? Like, that's not a good deal, right? And that's not to like give us a victim mindset, like, oh, we should try harder. No, it's not that we should try harder, right? You have to realize this. Men look at women as a byproduct, as like, we look at them like, if I'm a successful guy, if I'm really going after it, I'm the prize, right? So I think a lot of guys who go out or they cold approach or they're constantly like going out trying to source, trying to get numbers, use sugar sites, do all this shit. A lot of guys are looking at it like they're not the prize. And it's sort of a form of like downplaying your self-worth, in my opinion. Like, and again, I mean, I know guys want to get laid and it's nothing inherently bad. But going out there, trying to source, trying to approach women, I just don't think it's a good deal for guys, right? Like, I would say, I mean, do you want to be around where women are? Like, yeah, hey, if you see a cute girl at work or you see a cute girl at the gym, if you want to talk to her, okay. But like going out of your like element, I think is a waste of time, right? Like, you should look at it like this, right? If you're pursuing your money and a woman is like there or in that environment and she's, if you want to talk to her or she's going to talk to you, be open for it, right? I'm all for it. But I just don't like the idea of guys like separating themselves from their purpose, separating themselves from their work, or displacing themselves from the environment that is building their success and trying to chase women, especially when women have very little to offer to you than sex, right? And that's a fact. That's not something that I'm like spewing out of my ass. Most women are not very competent, right? They're not. They don't know. Like, most women, guys, I do Uber Eats. I go into restaurants all the time. It's all women. It's all women. Women don't work hard jobs. Women don't really build a lot of things, right? And I'm not trying to sound like fresh and fit, but it's true. Like, I see it in society. Women are in mostly, now of course you have your RNs, you have your PT, physical therapists. Yeah, you may have a woman lawyer, a woman doctor here and there, but for the most part, women are working jobs that are very low. There's a low entry, right? And they're very simple and easy to learn, right? So as a guy, right, like if your burden of performance is money, if your burden of performance is experience and know-how and knowledge and application, what does what does talking to a woman do for me? Right? Now, obviously, men talk to women for one purpose, and that's to get laid, right? Like, of course. But as far as like going out there and having to because most women want to place themselves in the driver's seat and think they're the prize, right? And again, it's men's fault. Like, obviously, if a girl has 20 options, she by default thinks she's the prize. But in terms of you being wise, you being intelligent, you realize that most women actually don't have anything to offer you but their vagina, right? Like, most of them are completely average, right? Yeah, okay, they might look decent, right? But remember, they're born with that, right? They're born with their looks, they're born with their attributes, right? Like, so I'm not hating, right? But I'm just trying to make it a point, and I'm trying to just explain like why guys are just not interested in pursuing women like at all, right? So and it's just like, and then like, even if when you get girls' numbers, like, they're flaky, they take long to respond, they're not like, they text one word answers, and it's like, bro, like, as a guy, like, you don't have time to try to like get that girl interested in you, right? Like, that's a mistake I made in the past, right? And I'm not very proud of it, but I would try to like get a girl to know me, right? When I could clearly see she's not giving me the time of the day, she's taking late to respond, she didn't respond at all, maybe she flaked on a date, right? Maybe she's giving me one word responses, like all of these signs that are showing low interest, right? And my dumb ass is sitting here trying to like continue the conversation or try to like make something happen, right? So I just want you guys to realize that like, if a girl truly likes you, it's not going to be hard, right? My girlfriend right now, it was natural. Everything unfolded naturally. I didn't have to push for shit, right? I didn't have to try. I didn't have to nag. I didn't have to like think it like late at night, like, damn, like, is she, what's going on? Like, why? I just texted her like a couple hours ago. Why didn't she read my message? Like, none of this shit, none of that, right? So if you're dealing with that, or you're going out and this is the type of like attitude you're getting from women, this is why guys are just not wanting to do it. It's a bad deal. Men's time is better spent developing themselves, developing their skill set, developing their career, pursuing money, pursuing their education, pursuing their fitness, right? Learning how to have like different life skills, learning how to do different things than pursuing women. It is a complete waste of time, right? So, and again, I mean, the older you get, the more money you get. Like, even guys who are older, they say like, yeah, like, it's easier once you're older, right? I think a lot of guys get trapped, especially when we're young. You're not going to be young forever. Have fun now. Don't miss out. Like, all this fear mongering shit to get you to like party, to get you to like waste your youth pursuing girls, pursuing fun, pursuing hedonism, all to amount to what? Now you're a guy, right? You're in your 30s, your late 20s or early 30s. You don't have shit to show for your life, right? So I'm just, like I said, I'm not hating. I'm not trying to like demean women or demean even guys, but I'm just trying to prove a point. Like, this is why guys are just not interested in women. Like, it's not a good deal. It's not. Now, if you have if you're like a social butterfly, or you have like a lot of friends, right? Or you have like a lot of like friends that are friends with girls, and you guys go out, yeah, it's easier for you, right? It's easier for you because you already have like wingmen. You already have girls that are with you that prove to other girls that like, hey, like, he must be somebody because he's seen around other people and other girls. But the average guy who's by himself, who's alone, right? They don't have time to sit there and go find friends and go find wingmen and go do all of this stuff that's going to increase their odds of getting laid, right? So, yeah, that's it, guys. That's all. I didn't really want to make this video too long. I know we're 20 minutes in, but yeah, that's it. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to leave them down below. And as always, I will talk to you guys soon. Peace.